What's up, boys and girls? Yo, 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 what's up? This is John from Georgia University, girls in the peach capital of the state. And that was Hollywood's Big Fat. And there goes Hawkins. Is it going to fit, boys and girls? Is it going to fit? I don't know. Let's see. We come in hot, boys. We come in hot. Did y'all see that? We slid into Wednesday. Woo. I slid into Wednesday like your girl slides into my DM. Woo. All right, boys and girls. All right. Yeah, I got my shoes. All right, boys and girls, what's up? LS Swap Creeper. I tell you what, it's been an eventful day. So let's get right to it. All right, boys and girls. Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? I don't even know what that is. All right, I gotta sit down. I ain't getting the shoes on. Woo. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, I still ain't got my brackets for my transmission. So, I run a strap around it to hold it in place. What's up, Ray? I cut the hoops off of the front. They were just tacked on because I didn't know how much I needed, so I just tacked them on there. But I'm going to trim those hoops down so it'll suck it up on in there. But I didn't put the coil springs in because they was going to be a booger. So, this is what I did. Let me show you. Okay. All right. So, I set this up for ride height. So, this is ride height. So, ride height is set up with the lower A-arm level. Meaning when I put a level right here, a torpedo level, it's level to the world. So what I did is I cut me some rebar. And I put one here and I put one on that side. And I tacked it at the top and I tacked it at the bottom. So that locks it in. Where it thinks it's loaded at ride height, if that makes sense. So it's got a little bit of rake to the front, about 4 degrees rake to the front, which is pretty cool. But you also got to think that we're setting this high on this too. So once it comes off of this, it's going to come down and go from there. So like I said, they were just tacked on. So I'm going to have to trim. I bought some turkey ammo, and half a box of ammo is no good, Rusty. Open it before you left. So I'm going to trim that. I'm going to trim that down. And I can't trim this so far. So right there is where this kicks up at. So I will cut off about that much. And then I'll cut off whatever I got to cut on that So that lines up right here, if that makes sense. That piece right there has to line up right here to go all the way across that hoop, if that makes sense. So, and I don't have my brackets to put my gussets on. I don't have my brackets for my transmission. I don't know if he's cut them or not. I ain't heard nothing from him. So I just put that piece of tubing underneath it, and then I didn't want to tack it because then I had to cut it loose. So I just run a strap across there and then ratchet it, and then there she is. All right. So with that being said, so I'm a little fuzzy. Hold on a second. Let me fix it. Let me see. No, it's clear as a bell. Is it fuzzy? Oh. All right, so let me get up. Yep. Let me show you what I got going on. All right, so these wheel arches are not symmetrical, okay? So they start out like this, and then they kind of just droop out. So I'm probably going to fix them. I'm probably going to make a template and trace this out, and then I'm probably going to make it symmetrical after the fact. Also, I cut the back off. It's sitting right there because it has to grab right there. And all this will get media blasted. Y'all see my little brackets I put up there? All this will get media blasted, stripped to bare bones, and then I'll bed line everything underneath here. But that hoop right there has to hit right there and run across. So I just trimmed it off. I just cut it off because I knew it wasn't going to fit. Like I said, we just put that up there. I just put that up there to hold it. So let's see if we can get let's see if we can get a few more people in here. And then this is what it looks like in here. I had to, I kind of just eyeballed it. Yeah, I got the valve cover. I just eyeballed it. And then I radius that. Now, again, this will all be cleaned up. Be a whole lot better. But let's see if it's going to fit. Y'all ready? Oh, y'all want to see the other thing? This is the buggy that this was stabbed underneath it. And so I built this buggy right here and probably cut this, put some more legs. Enough of that. So, so let's see if it fits. All right. Dun 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 dun. 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 What in the world happened, man? We had 47 people. Now we're down to 7. What the heck happened? What happened? What'd everybody leave for? All right, now it's back up to 30. They got scared. That's all right. Y'all boys and girls ready? Let's see what it does. Yeah, you did, Scoot. All right, we looking. Looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. Don't see nothing. Don't see nothing about jamming it up. I didn't hear nothing crunch. Hold on a second. Let me, hold on a second, boys and girls. All right. I already see a problem. That right there. that looks like it's gonna hit that MSD box. All right, y'all see that bracket? Y'all see that bracket down there? That has to hit the frame. And that over there has to hit the frame. So we're pretty close. So let's see what happens. I mean, if I don't have no issues, that's going to surprise the piss out of me. I promise you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looks like the reservoir is going to hit. That right there. All right, so that was the gas pedal. Stop. I ain't going to stop. I'm going to go until it crunches. So that's the gas pedal right there. So there's a gas pedal. So we're not going to use that anyway. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, that right there is gonna, yep. Going down. That's right. Car's in the cut. Going down. Oh, yeah, it hit. Look. It lifted the floor up right there. Well, that's it. They ain't no more weight. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. I told you. Look, I knew it. I can tell. Yep. Oh, me. All right, so I need to pull the power steering pump off and look for another Ford power steering pump with a remote reservoir. I need to take that bracket off. Oh yeah, it's got a pretty good ways to go. Woo! But I'm liking what I'm seeing. All right, y'all see the wheel arch? See the wheel arch like that? Well, let me get my finger out of the way. You'll see the wheel arch is not symmetrical, right? So that is not symmetrical neither. You see that? But somebody's going to probably say, well, you should have put that rear end in the center of the wheel arch. Well, I actually did. I actually put it in the center of the wheel arch right here. Right here. This is where it runs long. So what I'll do is I'll fill that in to make it symmetrical. All right, let's look at. Let's look and see. What's good shape? Good shape. Good shape. All right, look right here. That's good, because see, right there, it's supposed to be, on the old chassis, it was a 2x2 piece of angle that was welded to the chassis. So that's good. So when I run this, yep, that looks good on that. All right, boys and girls. It hit the mark. Y'all see that? Look here. Hold on, let me show you. Hold on a second. Right there is my mark. That's pretty daggone good, boys and girls. Now, when that piece right there runs all the way out, then I can put my tab. I can put my tab and grab that right there. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't know if y'all like it. Okay, that's what I was trying to look for right there. Oh, yeah. I'm liking that. Y'all hear them helicopters? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all hear them helicopters? They coming to get me. You'll never take me alive, copper. Hold on, boys and girls. I had a catastrophic failure. Oh yeah. So there's my other tab. And see, there's my other one up there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got plenty of room on my hoop. Woo, yes sir, boy. All my measurements come out. Y'all want to see where Jay's at? Look. Here he is. Here he is. I'm all tucked up under here like a damn sack full of biscuits. All right, let me get my big donkey ass out from underneath it. Y'all hang tight. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. All right, let's go up here and... Yeah, we under the Ford, buddy. All right, so let's go over here and look and see what we got on this side. See, it's on its own weight. But see how much further I got to come on down? See, look. That power steering pump's holding us up. Y'all see that right there? Hold on a second. Hold on. Y'all see that right there? That bracket has got to touch that frame. So, 3 fingers. 3 fingers. 3 fingers, girl. 3 fingers. 3 fingers. 3 fingers. 3 fingers. So, power steering pump, I did not expect that. So what I'll do is I'll take the power steering pump off. I'll take the MSD box off. I'll move it. I'll take that bracket off. And then I'll look and see what Ford made for a power steering pump with a remote reservoir. By doing that, that is enough room. All right, by doing that, by taking the power steering pump off, that will give me my 3 fingers to come on down. I'll move that MSD box. I'll take that bracket off right there, this bracket. I'll take that off because that's the old gas pedal. We're not going to need that. And then that will let the front come on down. And you see the front has to come on down 3 more inches. So let me find my tape measure. Boy, this thing's going to be in the damn bushes. I'm going to tell you right now. This thing is going to be damn tucking. Let's see what we got. Man, I love this stuff, man. All right. Make sure you wash your hands after you do it. All right. So right now, we setting at 29.5 inches. All right, well, with 3 inches on that right there. All right, so 29. So you got 1, 2, 3 and a half. So basically, that right there is 3 inches, all right? So if you subtract 3 inches from 29.5, that's what? 25.5, 26, 27. So you got 29. I wonder what them damn helicopters. 26. All right. Appreciate it. So 26.5 is where the top of that wheel well. So 26.5 is where the wheel well is going to be. I'm trying to look at them damn helicopters and look at y'all too. All right, 26.5. All right, and then I got to take the power steering pump off, and it's going to come down another 3 inches. So if it's 26 and a half, that's going to bring it down to 23 and a half. So that means, son of a gun, that means the top of that wheel well is going to be right there. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. So this is at 13 and a half. All right. So if we got 3 for that, and then 3 from that, that's 6. So 13 and a half from 6. That means no. Say it ain't so. If that right there is 3 inches off the floor, and then we're going to bring the body down 3 more inches. So that's 3 and 3, that's 6. We at 13 and a half. 13 and a half minus 6 is going to put us, man, oh man. I got to set this camera down. Hold on a second. I got to set this down. The damn helicopters, they got me all jacked up. I'm having flashbacks, PTSD. All right, let's do it like this. All right. Them damn helicopters, man, them Hueys are pretty damn close. They're gonna feel funny when I start letting them signals go up. Pop some red smoke. All right, so 13 and a half and then minus 6. What we got, 10, 7 and a half? What did you do? I know, Tulu, they looking for me. All right. So, come on, man. 7 and a half. Okay, 7 and a half. That means that the front bumper on this bad boy, that means the front bumper on this thing is going to be 7 and a half inches off the ground. What is that? That's 6 and a quarter. So that means it's going to be like right there. Boy, I tell you what, this thing is going to be something else. They chasing again in reverse. Man, I wish that power steering pump. That thing's gonna be raked out to the front, like crazy raked out to the front. This thing is gonna be something crazy. Something crazy. Yeah. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm pretty damn happy with myself. I'm pretty damn happy. If ain't nobody else happy for me, I'm happy for me. Because I took a 1961 chassis that was just tore all to pieces, got some key measurements off of it, ordered some parts, and built a whole friggin' chassis. And if that's the only thing that's holding me up is the power steering pump, Yeah, me too, cars in the cut. But that's for another episode to be continued. Oh, I'll pull the power steering pump off. It won't be tonight. I done been to Charlotte. I drove 2.5 hours to Charlotte, 2.5 hours back, done all this, done some more stuff. Just it's been crazy today. Tomorrow's supposed to be crazy too. So, oh yeah. I know. I ain't nothing good easy. I mean, yeah. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But man, I've been. I mean, my brackets ain't done, so I can't get those on there, and I'm gonna give them to Friday. If they ain't got my brackets cut by Friday, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. If my brackets ain't done by Friday, I'm ordering me a CNC table Friday. I'm gonna order me a 4 foot by 4 foot table. I've already got it in my shopping cart. I'm just sitting there waiting. I don't want to buy it, but I can't stand waiting. What is that? Is this ice cream? No, it's actually a nab truck, like a Lance Crackers nab truck in the '60s. The guy that originally owned it delivered to all the stores and stuff like that and sold nabs. It used to say Lance Crackers on the side of it. The guy that owns it now wants me to do what I'm doing and then build a full interior stereo. I'm going to paint it that color and white. We're going to put steely wheels on it. And then on the side, he wants me to put a logo that says Pop's Bait and Tackle. So from time to time, I'm really amazed with myself too. Snap-on will be putting... What? Hold on a second. What happened? Run 10 miles. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, so, like I said, for the ones that's new, can you do all that for me? Cars in the cut took a jab. He took a jab, boys and girls. Did I run 10 miles a day? Not today. Not today. I didn't. Matter of fact, I ain't been to the gym today. That's funny. All right, so for the ones that's new to the channel, I'll show you what we got. Boy, she tight too, boy. Boy, she tight. Let me show you what I got going on. So, I need to, yeah, it's tight, boy. It's tight, especially for this thing. All right, so this is what we're looking at. I have built this whole chassis from scratch. This is let me put that back over there. It's a 302 out of a 94 GT Mustang with an automatic transmission. That right there is hitting. That power steering pump is hitting right there. You see where it hit? So I'm gonna see if I can find a different pump with a remote reservoir and go from there. It's basically all aluminum. Then it is a 1961, but it's not a van, it's a box truck, and it is made by, right there, it is a F60 is what it's called, and it's made by Aero Built Bodies in Athens, New York. And it's all aluminum. I mean, it's all aluminum, every bit. Only thing's metal is this. I don't know what they doing. They doing something. So you see where I just got the strap holding the transmission because the guy didn't get my brackets cut. So I'll show you the rear end. I'll show you the back. Boy, they cutting loose, boy. They circling around my field. My field's right there. I don't know. Ain't no telling what they doing. So here's the back. So right here it's a parallel 4-link with a Z-bar. Like I said, all this stuff's just tacked together. This is representing the coilovers. It's at load height right now, 12.5 inches. That's loaded, so that's how big those are, 12.5. The coilover's supposed to be here next week. I welded that in there because that represents ride height. What are you doing, Holly? Growing them good tomatoes. Like I said, it's disc brakes. And then, like I said, Holly, what are you doing, fat boy? Like I said, let me get my level and I'll show you. Wah, 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 wah. Did I leave my level on the thing? I did. Right there, look. So, see, that right there is level, right? So, you set the A-arms level, and that's ride height. And then I just welded those pieces of rebar in there to hold it, because I'm not putting the springs in until I'm done. And then this piece right here, close your ears. So this piece right here, I'll trim this down, and I'll trim this down because, let me see if I can do this, because that's not how you do it. I don't know. So this right here is going to go right there. It'll go like this, and then I'll make a box. I'll make a box on this corner right here for a body mount. So when this is welded back on, this will be sitting there just like that. And then I'll make a tag. I'll make a torque. Let me do this. Let me show you. I'll build a torque box right here, and that will grab that bolt hole right there. And then I have to make a bracket to hold the bumper, and then I'm gonna cut and shorten the bumper and tuck the bumper in and go from there. So so that's that. And here's the coil springs. Here's the coil springs, and they measure 14 inches, but there's only a 10-inch hole. So you're going to stuff 14 inches into a 10-inch hole. That's like putting 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. So I'm not going to put these in until everything's done, and then I still might trim these. They said, this company said that these are for a V8, but I might have to trim them to get them in the hole. And if I trim it, you just cut half a loop off at a time. But we'll just have to go from there. Yep, you just won yourself a free prize, the door. So that's where we at on that. So, yeah. Yep. Like I say, in the back has coilovers, and I think there are 275 springs on the coilovers. And I I actually ordered springs from Aldi or Albans American, and I told him that 87SS sent me, and for him to get credit for the sale. Here is those. Here's the. I'll do a video. Here's those coil spring right here. I mean, for $20, them things was pretty nice. And then I got these from my hand truck, and then I needed this, and then I got 2 receptacles because I had to fix a drop cord. I fixed this drop cord right here. I put a new end on it because it was messed up. And also, there's the bumper. Also, I'm gonna start building the gas tank probably Friday. There's the bumper. So the bumper, I'm gonna trim it, I'm gonna tuck it, and then, hold on a second. JG, when you get a chance, check out our anti-jackknife device. For what? Where am I checking it out at? Where am I checking it out at? Did y'all see me come in on the hand? Did y'all see me come in on the dolly? Of course, it makes sense. I know Pot put. I appreciate you. Yeah, I ain't worried about none of that stuff, Scoot. It is what it is. So yeah. So that's where we at. So I'm hoping that he gets my brackets cut so I can tack them up, so I can hold the transmission, so I can get that strap out of the way. And then the brackets, then my gussets for the come on this chromoly tubing. If y'all think that's something, y'all look at the steering. Boy, I tell you what, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna find, like, there's the old steering shaft right there, which will come out. And then I'll probably get one from I Did It or something like that. I get a little short stubby and I have to measure it up. But I'm gonna have to build the linkage to go to that daggone rack and pinion. JG is $20 cheaper than replacing T. Oh yeah. They let me use the coupon, but I actually saved like $37. So I actually got the tool and the tires for free, actually, because the other stuff was on sale too with a coupon. So I actually saved like almost 40 bucks today. So I appreciate letting me know. And they had the coupon behind the counter. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see how I do the steering too. Hey, let me set this phone right here so I don't lose the signal. And I'm gonna walk down here and I'm gonna get the aluminum. And I'll show you. Y'all hang tight right there. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. All right, there is the aluminum. So this is a little less than 1/8 of an inch. It's like 11 gauge. So it's nice and pretty. So That right there is what I went and picked up this morning at Stock Car Steel. So that's 4 by 4, 4 foot by 4 foot sheets. So it was a 8 foot sheet, but my shear won't cut this. It's too thick. It only cuts 16 gauge. So that's 1/8 inch. So it won't cut it. So that is what, no, it's not white. It's just a protective coating on it to keep it from scratching. See right there it is. This is 5052 aluminum. So this is what they use in NASCAR and race cars, and so this stuff is pliable. So this right here, I'll take this and I'll take this bad son of a gun right here. I'll take this daggone right here, this steel demon right here. I'll take that son of a gun right there, and I'll take some PAM, and I'll put that on a skill saw, and I'll take that PAM right there, and I will flat cut out. I will cut the metal. So I'm gonna cut it square. I think, I'm not sure. I'll probably cut it, I don't know yet. I hadn't decided. I'm probably gonna keep it simple. And then I'm gonna take 16 gauge and I'm gonna put baffles in it. And then also, oh yeah, here she is. Also, I'll take and, let me set this up right here. There's a glare on there. There we go. So I'll have to make, this is the Holley. Oh, I don't have to make a flange. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Holley, you are a friggin' genius. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Then that means I don't even have to cut, I don't even have to make a flange. Oh, that's even better. That is even better. So Holley, they got these little clamps right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So I thought I was gonna have to make a flange. So this is for the new Sniper 2 system. So this is the drop-in fuel pump. So this right here. Those little clamps right there. So when you put that down there, they drop down and you tighten it up and it seals against itself. So I just have to cut a hole that big. That's even better. That's mo better. That mo better. That mo better. That mo better. Free. Yes, sir. Yeah, boy. Everything looks cheesy nowadays, though. That looks actually pretty good, man. That right there actually, that looks actually nice. I mean, that looks like it's well made. I mean, it don't look cheesy to me. I mean, looks fairly good to me. So that's that. That is that. So yeah, let's go back over here to show you this. Like I said, this tank here is right at 19, I think it's 19 gallons you know, plus or minus. So if you measure, that's 11 inches there, and it's 9 3/4 there, and 6 1/8 there. So if you take the difference away from both those two, well, feel the steel. That's the problem. No, that's the problem. Feel the steel. What's up, Russ Garage? This tank right here is actually 47 inches long. This is the original tank that was on the original chassis, and it bolted to the frame, which was great. I mean, I really like these brackets, and if I could clean these up and reuse these or make some similar to this, that would be great. But the problem is that the original chassis had a straight 6 or had a straight 300 in it with a 2-speed power glide. So this tank right here was on the driver's side, and it went all the way up 47 inches. Well, I can buy a tank like this for a 61 F100 pickup truck. I can buy this tank, and it's either going to be in polypropylene plastic or it's going to be in metal, like galvanized metal. Well, polypropylene plastic is not going to work, and the metal's not going to work. And the reason why it's not going to work is because I don't have enough real estate, because I'm running a automatic transmission and a 302, and I have all this other stuff going. So let me show you. Let me crawl my big donkey ass under here and I'll show you. So let me turn my light on. So the tank, I got these brackets that's going to be making. I drew them out, and this guy's cutting them out on the CNC plasma. But like I said, if he don't get them done by Friday, I'm just going to buy me a plasma table. I'm tired of waiting. But from this mark right here, see that black mark, to that black mark right there. So basically, 1 inch off of this cross member and 1 inch off of this cross member, I have 31 inches. That's all I have. I have 31 inches long. I have this way, 9 inches this way, and 10 inches down. So to try to find a tank 31 or 32 inches this way, 9 inches this way, and 11 inches deep, if you do the math, it comes up to be like 18.5 gallons of fuel. Well, I can't find a tank that will fit that dimensions, so I'm just going to build a tank. Now, I can actually order a tank. That will fit back here in between the frame rails. I can order one from Boyd fuel tanks. They're about $1,000 for the tank, and I can order one and drop it in right there. But the problem is the filler neck is right here, right? So here's the problem. This aluminum here is 1960 or older, so I'm willing to bet it has magnesium in it. So if I was to take and try to take this door, make a door like this, but the opposite way, and put a door here for the filler neck for the tank, I'm not going to be able to, because see, you got all this support and stuff. And then I couldn't weld this hole up. I couldn't weld this up because this aluminum here, I'm willing to bet has magnesium in it. And if you've never welded aluminum, that magnesium is like, it just don't do right. So instead of trying to create more problems, I'm just going to build a tank that will go right there, and then the filler neck will run down and run into the tank like the original tank. The filler neck, it went in on the side, which I can buy a new one. Right there is where it filled in on the side right there. I can buy a new one of these because this is a Ford part. I can buy a new one of those, and then I can just put a neck on the side of the new tank and then run the fuel into it like that and be good to go. So that's that problem. Now, on this 68 C10, I just bought a fuel tank for this one, and right there it is. And that is a Boyd aluminum fuel tank for fuel injection, and it was $1,000 for that tank. So basically, that's basically how I'm gonna do this one. Same concept, go deep on the inside and then shallow on the inside and then goes around. So Boyd makes really, really good tanks, and I could buy a tank like this for a 61 F100 and put in the back of the truck, but here's the problem. There's the filler neck. The filler neck's right there. There's the filler neck. So if I'd done that on this truck here, that means that the filler neck would be in the bed of the truck. It will actually be in the floor, meaning the filler neck, you'd have to open the door to put fuel in, or I'd have to somewhere come here, but there's a bumper that goes here. I'd have to put a filler neck here at the back somewhere where it gravity fed into the tank. There again, I'd have to cut into this, and then it wouldn't look symmetrical because you got a light there, you got a light there, and then you would have a hole here. So then again, you'd have to rivet something to make it look like it was supposed to been there, and I really don't want to change anything on the body if I can help it. So let's just use what we got, put a filler neck right there, and roll on with it. So if I do that right there and then run the filler neck down, then it will fill into that tank. And I might be able to go in from the top, which will be great, but I won't know that until tomorrow. I'll pull the power steering pump off. I'll pull the pulley off, pull the pump off. I have to pull the power steering pump off, the pulley, pull the pulley off, take those bolts out, take this off, and then I will cut that I'll unbolt that bracket there, and then I will set the truck back down to see where it's at, and then we'll go from there. So that sucker needs a V8. What needs a V8? This truck. That is a V8. That's a 302 out of a 94 GT Mustang that's been built. It's got a little hot cam in it. It's supposed to be like a little rowdy cam. That is a V8. So, yeah, it's a 302 AOD automatic transmission, non-electrical, non-electric. That is the original rear end out of the truck. Just rebuild it, put 373 gears in it with a locker, bigger axles, disc brake conversion. No, the 86. Oh, you talking about that truck right there? That truck? No, that truck ain't getting a V8. I got enough V8s. That's a V8. That's a 383 stroker with a blower. That's a V8. That's a V8. That's a V6. The G body's getting a V8. This is a V8. That's a 408 stroker. No, man, no. So, how long before you think this project could be finished? Well, I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on it until three things happen. That is a Wheatland 142. That is a, not me, stupid. That is a Wheatland 142 blower with EFI fuel injection. Yeah, not a 671, no. Back to I don't even know what that is. KGEE Wilkers. I will keep working on that until one of three things happen. One of three things is going to happen. One, anybody want to guess? Oh, no, it's okay, Scoot. It's all right, Scoot. We good. So I'll keep working on it. I'll finish this. I'll keep working on this until one of three things happen. One, I finish it. Two, they run out of money. Or three, I die. So that's pretty much how it's gonna go. So I've been going pretty hot and heavy on it for the last month. Well, actually no, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So built the chassis in like we started with parts like 2 weeks ago. I think it was like the last week of March, and then we've got all this done in the last couple of weeks. So, oh, I know you are, Scoot. You good? I'll holler. So that's with everything. You know, I'll keep working on this until either the client tells me to stop or I finish it or I'm no longer here. So I'll keep pecking on it every day. I know the stuff for that truck right there already. The cold air intake and the exhaust is supposed to be done on the 16th, so that's next week. So I'm gonna try to finish out this week on this, and then probably the first of the week get back on the 68 C10. When the parts come back for the 68 C10, like the exhaust and the cold air intake, I'll probably get back on the 68 C10. And then, like I said, when the stuff from the jet coater gets back from this, the cold air intake stuff and the exhaust, I'll put all that stuff back on it and make sure everything's good. And then I'll probably wire up the stereo or the speakers, the subwoofers, wire all that up and then blow the dust off of it really, really good. Put the old bench seat back in there and then check, make sure everything's good to go. What's up, SKD? And then call TKM to schedule it to take it to the dyno to have it tuned. Because I'm going to take it just like that to have it tuned. And then once they done tuning it, then I'll bring it back and paint the cab. But I got to make sure the rear end's got grease in it. I got to make sure the transmission's got fluid in it. I got to make sure all the bolts, everything's nut and bolted and tight. Got to make sure everything's, got to do a nut and bolt. Got to check everything before it goes up there and get on the dyno, because I don't want anything to come loose or anything while it's on the dyno. So that's that. It's got brakes in it the couple weeks back. The clutch works. It's got hydraulic clutch. Like I said, just start at the back of the truck and touch every fastener on it and make sure it's tight and torque. Check the oil in the rear end, check the oil in the transmission, drain the oil out of the engine, put fresh oil in it, a new filter, fill it up with fuel, check everything, make sure everything's good to go, make sure ain't no wires, and make sure everything's good, and then call TKM and schedule it to take it up there to have it dynoed, and then take it up there to dyno it and see what she's gonna do. And then when it's done dynoing, bring it back and finish sanding the cab, take the bed back off of it, and then paint the cab, and then paint the bed, and then put the bed on it and the cab on it, and then go from there. So, oh yeah. It better have more than 330. It better have more than 330. That's all I got to say. It better have more than 330. It better be close to 900. If it ain't, we're going to be upset. We're going to be upset. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. If the numbers ain't where the owner wants the numbers to be at, he's already told me he wants to put a Pro Charger on it. A Pro Charger, turbo, something. If it don't hit the numbers he wants, I'm going to tell you, he's going to order something, a Pro Charger, something, and put on it, because he's already chomping at the bit now. And I told him no turbo, because I have to redo the exhaust, and we're not doing that. So it's either going to have to be a Pro Charger, and if it's a Pro Charger, we're going to have to change the pulley system. And if it's a Whipple, we got to change the sit. But I don't want to change the Whipple. I don't want to put a Whipple on it, because if we put a Whipple on it, then we're going to have to change the cold air intake we built. But if he puts a Pro Charger on it, we're going to have to change the daggone charge pipe anyway. So the less of three evils would be a Pro Charger. I know him. I know him. If it don't hit the numbers he wants, he's going to change it. And 600 is good, 95. Look, my truck right there, my black truck, it it dynoed 537 to the rear wheel. And that's good. Yeah, 537 to the rear wheel. So you figure you lose at least 33% through the drive line. So just say 600 at the flywheel, and it's very fun. It's very respectful, you know. I'd like to do more to it, but I don't want to do nothing else to it. I got plenty of other stuff I can be hot rod. So that's that. But I'd be amazed if that Ford pushes 900 horsepower. JG, what are you talking about? Who said? I'd be amazed if that Ford pushes 900 horsepower naturally aspirated. What Ford? JG, what Ford you talking about? What's up, RJ? JG, do you even know what you're talking about? We not talking about the van. We was talking about that. We was talking about that 408 stroker that TKM built. That's what we were talking about. We wasn't talking about the van. Now, once everything's done, I'll have to take that to TKM and have it dynoed too, and have it tuned, because it's getting a Sniper 2 system. Let's see. What's a stock 94 GT 302 make? What's that? What's a stock 302? What's a 94 Ford Mustang GT 302? What's the horsepower on that? Who can Google or ask Giggles, what is the horsepower of a 94 Mustang GT with a 302? The 1994 model. What's the horsepower to them? Somebody look it up. Man, we got 52 thumbs up, man. Y'all rocking and rolling. Scoot, so it's 330. So a 94 GT Mustang 302 made 330 horsepower. Is that what you're telling me? Tulu says 205, 215. Which one is it? A stock 302 1994 Mustang GT 5-speed. What convertible? What did it make stock? 215, 215, 215. All right. Okay. So All right. Now, we said 215 horsepower. Okay, now look up a 1961 300 straight six, Ford straight six. How much horsepower did that thing make? So a 1961 300 straight six, what's the horsepower on that? Let me write this down so we don't lose it. So a 1994 GT made 215 horsepower. All right, what did a all right, all right, so a 1961 made 114 horsepower with a two-speed power glide. So the difference is that's 100 horsepower difference, right? $114, but it's a lot of torque, I bet. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. It's a straight six. So the Mustang, all right, so let's do this. So you got a 1994 Mustang, a GT, made 215 horsepower. All right, you got a 1961 300, made 114 horsepower. All right? All right, how much did a 94 GT Mustang weigh? How much did a 94 GT Mustang weigh? Curb weight, what did it weigh? Somebody look that up for me. $3,267 divided by 215 is what? So what's 3,267 divided by 215? All right. All right, so is it 3,452? All right, so divide 3,452. Okay. All right, divide 3,452 into 215. $16. All right. So now look up, I looked this up the other day. So this body out here weighs 2,238 pounds. That's how much that body weighs, right? That's how much that body weighs. All right, this 302 Mustang has been built. It's been bored 30 over. It's got flat tappet cam. It's got flat top pistons in it, and it's got a little stage 2 cam in it. And he said that it should make around 325 to 350 horsepower is what he says, the guy that built the engine. So it's called a 350 kit is what it's called. So you got 350 horsepower divided into 2,238. Okay? What is that? So 2,238 divided by 350. So what's that? 2,238 divided by 350. What is that? Ooh. That don't make no sense, fellas. That don't make no sense. How can 3,452 divided into 215 is 16, and so basically a Mustang, a 94 GT Mustang weighs 3,452 pounds and it made 215 horsepower, okay? A 1961 300 straight six made 114 horsepower. Now we're putting a 350 horsepower Mustang engine into the body of that body right there that weighs 2,238 pounds. So this little thing is about 1,000 pounds lighter than a Mustang with over 100 more horsepower. This thing's gonna be a little bitty scoot book. Yeah, it's gonna burn rubber. So anyways, so that's what we got going on. That's what we got going on. Hollywood, what you think? What? Tell them about it. All right, boys and girls. So tomorrow I will pull the power steering pump pulley off. I'll take the power steering pump off. I'll take the MSD box off. And then I will take that bracket off up there, and then I will set it down to see if it goes all the way down. To go from there. Oh yeah, feel the steel. I tried, man. I tried. I said, look, man, let's put air on this thing. And then we can put it, where it's on a smart system where you go to crank it and it's friendly. And when you turn the key on, this computer realizes what's going on and it pumps it up to ride height, and we'll make it where it's got a fail safe. Like if something happened and whatever, and he wasn't feeling it. He's like, nah, maybe later. He said, can we add it later? And I said, well, no, not really. Oh, they dropping bombs. They must be doing maneuvers. Anyways, I said, no, not really, because we'd have to C-notch it, and then we'd have to cut the floor for the C-notch for the rear end to come up, and then you're going to lose space in the floor, and you won't. Did y'all hear that? They must be doing maneuvers. I heard it too. All right. So if we just put air ride on it, it would bottom out right there and it wouldn't go all the way down. So we'd have to what the build in your truck? Is that the moon? Yeah, that was, yeah. Yeah, there's the moon right there. Hold on. Yeah, right there. What the build in your truck? SKD, what you talking about? What the build in your truck? SKD, what you talking about? So like I said, I got to put the brackets on for the sway bar. I'm gonna take the power steering pump off, take the MSD box off, relocate it, and then I'm gonna take that bracket off right there, and then it should clear. It should come on down where this touches the frame, and then I can mark it and drill a hole all the way through the frame. What's the build in your truck? I still don't understand. What's the build in your truck? Which truck? This truck? That truck? That truck? That truck? Yes. Yeah, I built this frame last week. Sure did. Yeah, I built this frame last week. That is the new LT53 direct injection. That's what's in that truck. The new 5.3 LT direct injection. There's a 4.3 V6 in that one. They only put 4%, 4.3 V6s in that. This is a 383 stroker, low compression with a blower, fuel injection. That's what's in that. So Yeah, that's what I got going on. It's a 15. They come in and take you. See, you be lying. Nah, Tulu, that ain't happening, big dog. I can't go. I got back problems. They come to get me, Tulu. I'll be like this, big dog. I'll be like this. I can't go today. I can't go today. Nah. I got scoliosis of the spine. I can't go. I done did my time. I done my time. Done my time. Done my time in the ditches. Done did my time in the ditches. Done did my time in the ditch. Man, I tell you what, they can fix it. All they need to do is take everybody that's in prison, that's on death row, everybody that's in prison on death row, just take them over there and parachute them sun guns out and tell them they can make it back. They got a free ride. What you want for that C10? What C10? RJ. What do you want for the C10? This C10? That? That's a client's. That's a client. That truck right there, that 86, that's my son's. That's my oldest son's truck. Oh, you talking about that truck? Oh no, that's my son's truck. That's my oldest son's truck. That's his. Yeah, that ain't for sale. That ain't for sale. All right, boys, man, I believe we got the most thumbs up ever. I think this is a record. 60. That's a record. I believe that's a record. Yeah, I'm down to 4% on my battery. And I need to do a few things and tidy up the shop before and go from there. But I appreciate every single one of you. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the share. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll get all this stuff done and see if that thing goes all the way down and go. Hey, I appreciate that right there. Feel the steel. You'll have 100 in the chat. You'll have 100 in the chat in another 2 months. Oh, no, there was the most, RJ, I tell you this, RJ, when we built this pipe anvil, we had over like 600 in the chat and like 12,000 people was watching when we done this. When I done the engine mounts on the truck, there was like 13,000 this week. And then when we did the body work on that fender, it was like 18,000 in that one. So it hits and miss, man. It hits and miss. It's crazy how the algorithm works. But I appreciate every single one of you. If there wasn't but one person in here, I appreciate you. Like I said, yeah. Yeah, and then every day this week, little videos. They've been 5,000-6,000 views, so it does pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with everything. I'm happy with everything going. Yeah. So yeah, it's good. So last time I checked, I was at 3,130 subscribers, and I just looked at the algorithm, and it said This is what I don't understand. It said I got 21,897 people returning to watch my channel every day. 21,000 people are coming back to watch it every day, but I only got 3,000 subscribers. Make that make sense? I don't know. All right, boys and girls, I appreciate it. We're up to 65 now. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first. So loose and dry. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'm out.